If I had not mastered it by now, I'd regard myself as an idiot.
The Funk Dojo Podcast. The sweet and nostalgic comparison of our top 5 fighting games. Let's get it. So we're going to compare our top 5 fighting games of all time. And it's going to be an opinion-based piece, very subjective, based on our own experience. Not really going to try and get into all the technical side of the games and break down why one's better technically or objectively. It's just going to be purely emotion-based decisions. I'm Dan, and
and I'm his co-host, Johnson. But Chillzen.
Chillzen, welcome.
Don't at me.
Okay, so I'll start off. We're going to go top 5. Probably with some honorable mentions. For my 5, I'm going to have to go for Goro, Mark of the Wolves.
Goro.
This game was the first time I could start playing any sort of games that we couldn't get a hold of around where we lived or in our region. It wasn't I don't think it was real. I don't even know if it was released in New Zealand at all. Like Neo Geo arcade games were around, but I mean, if you were to try and find it in New Zealand, you'd have to search pretty hard. So I probably played it like when I was already 7 or 8 years old. But I've always been a huge fan of 2D fighting games. Some of the notable things I remember was the graphics. Graphically, it was amazing for the time. It was gorgeous, you might say. Fatal Fury was a special game because I remember playing the original ones on like Sega Mega Drive or Genesis, and just hiring that out multiple times from the video store. You remember when you used to do that? Hire out games from the
hire out games, and wasn't it the one that you could like go into the foreground and the background?
That's right. Yeah, the original Fatal Furies, you had 2 planes, like you had a foreground and a background plane.
Yeah, I felt like that was like the selling point. The thing that made it different.
That was kind of its uniqueness. Yeah. But I just remember the characters and all of that, and always about the moves and stuff. I played the hell out of that game, and so when it came to Goro, like the final iteration of Fatal Fury, I just thought they really hit the nail on the head, and it was like amazing. The characters and just the feel of the game. Not too much about the mechanics. I didn't really play it like super competitively. Like we didn't really have. I mostly played against just a computer and
I think it was just nice to have like kind of like the what happens next, like Terry growing up.
The story of it was it was actually compelling, and because Terry Bogard and Rock Howard was a big reason. Like that character was just one of the best made characters I reckon in any fighting game. Like animations, feel, style, everything, and like as well as his storyline where he's like the bad dude's son, Geese's son, but a strange son who like got trained by Terry, his ultimate nemesis, and then
and it's nice, and like the move set is kind of dope how it incorporates both.
How it's both. He's still got Geese's, and then like when he wins, he's kind of like got that animation when he's like battling his inner like evil or whatever. So it's just that was just like an awesome character, story, graphics, and just experiencing a game that was kind of special because you couldn't actually get it around where we were. So yeah, that's my number 5, I guess.
Cool. Yeah.
What do you got?
All right. Yeah. So
What do you got?
yeah, I got my number 5 would have to be
No, I'm not looking at my notes.
Soul Calibur 3.
Oh shit.
Yes. Yeah. So
Man, the Liberated. They had a special, but they couldn't. Yeah, but we'll see.
yeah, no, like it's pretty hard. Like when we were making these lists, it was like actually it's like top 10 maybe.
Yeah.
Top 5.
I think
not enough.
I think it's good to like make it shorter because it makes you try harder. Like.
Yeah. So yeah, Soul Calibur 3. Basically, it had Soul Calibur on Dreamcast when that came out. It was kind of like
yeah.
No, but no one really had a Dreamcast back in the day.
Do you remember the first one before Soul Calibur?
Yeah, like Soul Edge.
Soul Edge.
Yeah, Soul Edge.
I played the hell out of that on PS1. Like
Yeah.
they actually had it in like a department store and where I grew up, and like you could go in there and like play it for free, and like, that was my first experience
like,
of it. Yeah. And then
like Sega Zone was probably like Central Park and stuff like that.
So Soul Calibur 3 was that on PS2?
Yeah, PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
And basically what really stood out to me, like what I liked about it really was it had that kind of creator soul. So you kind of create your own character. But their fighting style is based off a character.
Another one. Was this kind of like a skin?
Yeah. That you could like change it up to like your style and like
actually I
get more weapons and stuff, and you could level up and get new weapons and actually change the look of the weapon.
Yeah.
I was like, big fan of RPGs, so
it had that RPG element.
Yeah, so it really gave like a lot of game. I played a lot of hours on that, and who doesn't like Tekken with weapons?
Yeah, Tekken with weapons, That's basically what it is,
Yeah. So,
I remember that.
Yeah.
I think we played that one the most, Soul Calibur 3. Yeah, I remember playing that a lot. Cervantes was my guy.
Trash. Nah.
He had like all the ring outs from any angle. You could ring them out.
That's crazy.
Okay, so that's you. That's your 5th.
Yeah.
All right. Now, my 4th pick, that's going to have to go to Mortal Kombat 3. MK3.
Mortal Kombat.
Now, I don't know how many people remember. I mean, I guess the 2D Mortal Kombat series is kind of... It's not like Street Fighter where like people look back on the 2D version fondly. A lot of people these days think that the new versions of Mortal Kombat, like the 3D ones, and they're really good, are the definitive versions. But I don't know, something about Mortal Kombat 3 for me holds a special place. It's probably a lot to do with the fact that I played it in my local arcade a lot when I grew up, and like. So it's kind of sentimental. I remember being like blown away when I saw someone playing, and then like they were doing manual combos, and like you could do like 5-hit, 6-hit combos, like with manual inputs, and I was like, I have to learn that, like, because I'd played the other ones like Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, right? And they had their things, but then when that was just like a game changer, like, oh, you can do like manual combos, and like, so obviously it's the same as all the Mortal Kombat games, the fatalities.
Yeah.
And
well, wasn't there one that brought in kind of the run system?
That's right.
Wasn't it?
Yeah,
like,
you could run. So it just brought in that whole beat rush lock mechanic. Where before that it was kind of more turtly and stuff. Yeah,
whereas at least you could get a bit more aggro.
Yeah,
with it,
like, you could be more like aggro.
The other 2D
and then also
at the time.
What introduced one of my favorite characters in the series, and that's Smoke, and like you could do his like uppercut like from under the ground, and then like catch them in the air, and like it had like this real cheapy combo that I used to get everyone with.
Yeah.
And he was also like a secret character, so like it made it extra. You know, you had like extra clout when you were playing, and you're like, what? You're playing with smoke, and like, oh yeah, now to unlock smoke. So yeah, that's my fourth one, and like. Yeah, that probably is my favorite Mortal Kombat to this day. I haven't really played the new versions of it. I don't play it that much anymore, but it just has that memories. This is the memory factor, and that's what this is about. It's like what it means to you, like, not what it.
not what the metadata of review score says is based on like X amount of critics. But hey, like but they're going on to my fourth.
What's your fourth?
Yeah, it's a Mortal Kombat as well, but I'm gonna go with Mortal Kombat Trilogy.
Oh yeah.
Basically, because it's just it uses the same system as like Mortal Kombat 3, but it's just got all the characters. Yeah. Like from Mortal Kombat 1 up to up
super
to
character.
It's like 56 playable characters or something, and also the fact that. It was a PlayStation. It was a console port. Like there was no arcade.
It was only on console.
It was like a console.
Yeah. See, I never had a PS1, so I only played there like once or twice.
Yeah. Because it's like you can finally learn the fatalities. Like because it was hard enough getting to a fatality moment on the arcade, let alone knowing the input.
I'm like, this is I paid 40 cents for this. I better make it count.
Block, or whatever it is, sweep distance and all this. So I'm just gonna go with Mortal Kombat Trilogy because it was a good source. I just played that game like too much.
Who was your character? Sub-Zero?
Scorpion.
Yeah.
How about you? Who's your guy?
Yes. If it's not Smoke, it's probably Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
Sub-Zero is my guy on all the Mortal Kombats. Freeze those motherfuckers.
Yeah, sweet. Damn.
Alright, so that's your 4. Now we're down to 3. What's my third? I'm gonna have to go with Street Fighter Alpha 1. 1. Not 2, not 3. Street Fighter Alpha 1. And again, it's a sentimental value of like just all the memories of going to the arcades and dunking money in it like for hours.
Yeah.
Hours and hours and playing the guy that came up and put his money on the thing, and then having a battle with him and seeing who was the best in the arcade. And one of the things that blew me away with that game, because coming from Street Fighter 2, was the super moves. And that was just like another game changer. Like, well, what's this? And like, you can do the screen freezes, and then you can do an ultimate combo move and or ultimate fireball from Ryu, or it was just like that was just a game changer. And then also back in those days, like the difference with when you were playing games compared to today, fighting games, was that you didn't know, like, all the inputs weren't just readily available. Like, you couldn't just find a guide to learn all the moves and stuff. So you'd have to do it through word of mouth or just figuring it out yourself. And so obviously from coming from the older Street Fighter 2, you knew the basic ones, but then they added all these other new mechanics and different supers and cancels and stuff. So it just felt so much more rewarding to learn those, Yeah,
even if the intention wasn't for as an unlockable, per se, but yet it felt like you felt like you
unlocked the secret, and
when
now
all
you
it
have
was
a new
was
tool.
just command list move.
That aspect of it, and from those games back in those days.
Yeah.
That was also the first time I played another favorite character. Was I played Akuma. I think there might have been correct me if I'm wrong, but it might have been the first game that Akuma appeared on, ever. The first Street Fighter game that he appeared on.
So, yeah.
Like-
Well, he was highly advertised on it. Like,
What, yeah, 'cause
but the first one was it was actually like Super Street Fighter
He was actually on there.
2, but you had to it was like a code.
Ah, yeah.
And if you botched it, you ended up with Brown Ryu.
Actually, no, because you had to unlock him on alpha as well, and that's why another reason why it was like so cool. Because I was like, you'd go up against someone, they'll put their money in, and then you'd like unlock a Kuma, and you'd like see their look on their face, like what, like who's, like how did you get a Kuma or whatever, and like
but personally, like for us, I feel like that was the first time we'd seen a Kuma. Because
I don't remember
like,
seeing Akuma before then, and like been learning about his backstory, and he, he's the evil trainer of Ryu and Ken, and that's the reason why there's evil Ryu and stuff like that. And then just playing that game, playing Akuma, and like all the battles that you had at the arcade, and
because that I felt like that machine was at a lot of places. Like fish and chip shops.
Oh yeah, that same one.
Like the Street Fighter Zero.
Oh yeah,
Like,
No, this was Alpha. Yeah, this was Alpha. Street Fighter Alpha. This just Alpha, and like because I played the Alpha 2 and Alpha 3, and for some reason I didn't. I mean, I could probably go back and like make, figure out more about why it felt different, but for some reason Alpha just felt different than 2 and 3. It felt more similar to the older ones, but newer, and it just had it for me. And like just the amount of hours and money I've played on that game, it just has to be my number 3.
Number 3. Okay.
So what do you got, bro?
Yeah, it must be my number 3. Yeah.
What's your number 3?
We're gonna come hot and heavy with a classic that's still pretty competitive nowadays. But some would have called it a Street Fighter ripoff. But King of Fighters. King of Fighters 97 to be exact. It was a bit of a toss up between 97 and 98, but they're
they're
basically the same.
It's 1A and 1B, like whatever.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna go with 97 because I remember New Image, Rotorua.
Yeah.
Our arcade,
And the movie theater, remember the movie theater one?
It was the Neo Geo machine.
Yeah, they had that there.
Yeah, that's right.
And there was some crazy battles like.
I just remember I was young though, what's this game?
Yeah, because it wasn't as big over here. Like definitely King of Fighters in our area was definitely not well known.
No.
And so it was it had kind of this. Yeah, this this new kid on the block feel like.
Yeah, I just cracked up because you'd have all the Street Fighters and all all that stuff at the front.
Yeah.
When you first come into the New Image, but then at the back is the Neo Geo machines or KOF and stuff where it was cheaper too. So you just end up naturally going to the cheaper ones and just trying it.
It's like when you get basically two for one, you're like, man. And you don't have much money back then, so you're like, I can get 2 games for the price of 1 on these, so I may as well get good at these.
So I'm gonna say KOF 97, so cool. Choose 3 characters, that's value for money straight away. You get to choose and play with 3 different characters.
That's the first game that you have that mechanic where you could choose multiple characters.
Yeah.
And so you felt like you did get a bang for your buck.
I was like, oh yes, you get to learn 3 characters instead of just
and
one.
And 3 health bars.
3 health bars. Yeah, I don't. And Fatal Fury team. Fatal Fury team in there.
That's what made you connect to it because you already knew about the Fatal Fury series, and then so King of Fighters. What's this about?
And then the arcade playing it there for the first time, and then eventually it was one of our friends, home state students from China or somewhere had brought a chip PlayStation back and all these games and all these KOFs and so from then it was more once we seen him play we were oh shit, because you can do you could do combos to like kill them straight away.
That's right. That was one of the games where you could do 100 to 0 combos.
Yeah. And I was like, this is ridiculous.
And you see someone, and you never knew it was possible until you see someone do it. Like, you didn't have the internet or YouTube back then.
No, that's it. You had to have first-hand experience.
This is part of the reason why all these games that are going to be from our youth, when like everything blew you away and like nothing was like everything was just seen and real and first hand, and that's the only way you could experience it. And who's your character, bro? Who's your character?
Oh, Kyo.
It's got to be Kyo. Yeah, that's got to be me.
Yeah,
it's got to be Kyo, Iori.
Yeah.
And the third one can just be interchangeable way, but depending on the game.
Yeah.
But
you could throw Terry in there.
Terry,
measure,
for sure. Rio.
Rio's pretty solid.
Yeah.
And then but out of all, like, I feel like Mai Shiranui is like a honorable mention. Like, she's a character from that.
She's probably one of the most iconic.
Poster girl as well. Like
the start of like cosplay. No.
Yeah, like booby physics.
Physics, certain type of physics.
Yeah. KOF
97, 98. Alright, so getting into the meat and potatoes, I'm going for number 2, and I had to figure out for my number 2, I had to figure out which one I was going to use from this series, and it came down to Tekken 4, and that's probably like everybody, like, it's just like a forgettable Tekken for most people. Like, it didn't really. It was the first one on PS2, but it wasn't the best one on PS2, objectively. But just Tekken, because I played the hell out of Tekken 3, and that was between Tekken 3 and Tekken 4 for me. But Tekken 3 was one of those ones where I played it. It was just so much better than the other Tekkens, and I had so much more stuff. But the experience I had was just a one player, like doing the story and like playing against the computer for the most part, and unlocking all the stuff and doing all the storylines and all of that, and learning all the how they had the move list and you could do the training and learning King's combo grabs.
It was a bit more catered or user friendly for like console.
And but Tekken 4, like, I remember just being blown away by the like next gen of it, like when your PS2 came out and you're like, whoa, like Tekken on PS2, and like the fact that you could so a few of the new features such as interactive environments, the new Jin, that was a big one that like when Jin like changed
his actual fighting move and list changed.
He completely changed, and so like the story behind that, like, he's not just a Kazuya clone now, he's got his own style, and like it's a mix between his mum's one and like it's Jun and sort of Kazuya,
but he kind of like it's like pulled back on the Mishima
style,
and brought in this more like kind of like street karate or like Kempo. Kind of thing.
Mixed with Jun, like it's like a hard style of Jun's, like and it's more like a karate
and it was just quite cool how he had a hood on, like,
and the hood, and the fact that it would like blow off halfway through the match and stuff, all those details, and then the storyline, so that adding to the storyline between like the falling out with the Mishima and like all of that stuff, and now he hates his dad and his granddad and he wants nothing to do, so much that he just completely changed his fighting style. Like, imagine what that takes. Like, you're a master of one fighting style and you hate your family so much that you want to like
unlearn it and you move to Sydney of all places to to do it. Like, okay, there's always cracked up at his like intro story, or like,
was he from Sydney?
He went to Sydney. That's where he trained for this new style.
Yeah, I don't remember that. They had the main cinematics, but for some reason it just didn't. I didn't.
They had like a little
that.
like kind of like graphic,
Yeah.
novelty anime.
Ah, yeah, that's right, yeah.
Cutscenes. It wasn't quite full motion.
And the other fact is because this was probably one of the first games on console. I didn't really play it in the arcade. That we had a real like strong play group of like friends that all played each other and got really like good.
True.
And really competitive. Like we'd like learn each other's tendencies so well that like that you'd just get punished for doing like silly like little ass mistakes. And I don't know if I'm pretty sure it wasn't on Tekken 3, but they introduced the low parry, so you could parry low kicks. And it's up until that point, the low kick in fighting games in general was like the biggest, one of the most go-to, I guess, cheapies. Would you call it a cheapie, or like it's just a move
it's a more it's kind
got
of like,
so much.
it's reliable.
It's so reliable.
Like,
it interrupts so many things. It like stops them in these tracks. Like it trips them, so that you
without
can get
too
to reset.
much effort or anything on like it's just a matter of ducking
and so we all had to retrain ourselves from like spamming low kicks and stuff because we'd get punished so hard for doing it. Like you'd get parried and there was such a big window for like getting punished that and then like any combo that had a 10 hit, or any of your combo that had a readable like low in it, it would just get, your combo would just get punished for that like one low. And before that it was like lows, a combo with a low on it was so hard to deal with because you would say, I have to remember and block it, but now you could actually punish it really hard.
That's nice how it like balanced out some of the spam aspects.
Yeah, but I just remember getting really good and like getting really into like, so my character was Kazuya. He's my Tekken character, and probably I'd say just for Kazuya it'll probably be just because of the storyline, his like style, like his the way you can punish people and how all of that stuff. But the other one would be what's his name? His name's gone. Why does it have to be such a complicated name? The kickboxer dude, the Taekwondo. Orang, yeah, that's my other guy. Yeah. And because of his like broken rhythm style, and like there's heaps of people can have a really hard time like against Orang if you like get good at him and like give them that broken rhythm. But yeah, that was probably the reasons why I went with that one. We had good rivalries between us, and we had all our own characters that we sort of like became yours, and like no one else was allowed to choose and stuff.
Yeah, I just remember. Our friend that used Jin.
And he was he was
Yeah.
punishing, like, I remember playing that game for the first time and he would just punish everyone, but I got to the point where, like...
Yeah, you end up just reading the...
I think that was probably part of the reason why I chose Kazuya, like, okay, Dad's here to teach you a lesson, like...
Yeah, this is for shunning your Mishima side, or...
Yeah,
because
of the rivalry with our mate. Alright, so what's your number 2, brother?
Perfect segue into the same franchise.
Okay.
But I have a different different favorite. It was pretty hard, this one, you know.
Yeah.
You spoke about the Tekken 4 rivalry amongst friends, but like for me, I was tossing up between like Tekken Tag,
Oh yeah.
Tekken 2,
Just Tekken 2.
like Tekken 2,
Yeah.
and then Tekken 3.
Yeah.
So like for various reasons, Tekken Tag is like mass characters. You can play co-op
Yeah.
tag, and
That tag
it's kind of cool.
aspect, tag combos, like
Yeah,
you can like extend your combos with
Yeah.
tags, and
and like if you chose say Huarang and Bake Dusan, you know,
They would have
they
like
have
a
specific unique,
it's a
like,
unique team combo. Yeah, that was
combo.
pretty cool. Eh?
Like that kind of stuff really, it's real memorable for me. Looking back at like the Tekken series, And also, but like with Tekken 2 though, I really fell in love with like, I have a real strong nostalgic like feel to it. The music was like it's my favorite Tekken music.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's just awesome. Like, yeah, it's oddity, and it had like the like slow jumping.
Oh, like the floaty
the
feel.
floaty jumping.
Yeah.
Like it kind of threw it off a bit.
Yeah, I mean, because Tekken 3 fixed all of that, and like,
so that's why Tekken 3
is probably the definitive
favorite. Yeah.
new one. So you're going with Tekken.
So yeah, Tekken 3.
Tekken 3.
Tekken 3.
Yeah, fair enough.
Tekken 3. Why? Basically, for what you said, it just leaped like
it
crazy.
jumped. Yeah,
Like
the quality of it, like it was actually mind blowing for PS1. Like how good
like,
that game was.
Like it was one of the best PlayStation 1 games. Like not just a fighting game, but it had some cool features, right? Like Tekken Force, like it had Tekken Force, and I remember that was like so cool.
All the like mini games.
Yeah,
like that was like the beat 'em up style. Yeah, that's right.
And like chicken, you know,
could still do your moves and stuff.
You still do your moves, but it's like,
but it was like forward or backwards. And,
and like so. Yeah, they've created.
That's
more,
right.
like,
And what about that had the ball one, eh?
Yeah,
the beach ball,
yeah,
like made.
bro. This shit is like gone and shit. Like,
we used to go hard on that.
Yeah. So, yeah, bro. Yeah. Tekken 3, man.
Tekken 3. No, that's fair enough. I had a hard time between those two, and it's just mainly because of that play group.
And I'll just throw in like favorite character. It's like if I want to get a win, I go Paul.
Oh yeah.
If I want to win, like Phoenix Punch counters all day, like
just
eat a couple of those.
A Phoenix Punch counter, just two of them, and it's like game over.
Yeah.
But like you can't get that. That's not like really reliable on like, people that know what you're doing.
But like for when you're like sort of bashing around,
but like
friends.
I reckon I akin him to like a Ryu. Like he's just doesn't have many weaknesses, and like he can punish people so hard, like and he has all the like up down.
And like for old schooler, that's not really like how the new games are more like combos, juggly based, like whereas like that's a throwback to that kind of timing. All about timing. Like punish. It's all about that punish.
Like baiting.
So that was a bit of a throwback to that. But I'd have to say now there's Jin or Zhao.
Zhao Yu. She's pretty punishing.
Yeah, and Jin.
Her prio is like stupid.
Yeah, she's kind of first, but then you got like all these new guys, Dragunov and Lars.
Yeah, like
they're like up, down, and they got power, speed, and up, low, high.
I found it hard to get into those new ones because of the learning curve on just all the new characters like Fang and all of that. Where it's like, oh no, I have to learn all this fucking how to block all their new moves and like their combos of that. And I wasn't really, haven't really played Tekken as much since then.
Yeah, but that's Tekken. Great series.
Right, so I guess we'll go for some. Before we get to our number ones, we're going to have to get some honourable mentions. Now, I forgot one on my list here. I'll just type it in quickly.
Killer.
So, the bro just spoiled it. It's going to be Killer Instinct. It's going to be one of them, and that was just because of the new, like, it felt so different and new when I saw it at the arcade, and like obviously just hearing in our arcade, I'm sure it was the most loudest game in the whole arcade. Like whenever you heard an ultra combo, like you'll like be on the other side of the arcade and you'll hear is ultra combo, and you're like, what the
seriously, like it was like
it's like they had it up to max and everything else was on 50%,
sub in it, and like
and it was kind of like the pinnacle machine in the whole arcade. Like it was the flashiest one.
In terms of the actual cabinet, the look of the cabinet, it was like,
and it had like a 3D look to it, and like the characters were different. Like you were going like werewolves, and it was like it just had a whole new sort of Mortal Kombat-y, but it was just different again.
The only thing about it, man, I just fucking sucked at it.
Yeah. I never got.
It's just like I could play with Jago, you know, because he had like freaking Ryu.
Jago was the easiest one to transfer over from like a Street Fighter or something, because that was my guy. I tried to get good at Saber Wolf, but I think I actually ended up playing it on Game Boy. I had it on Game Boy, and that's where I probably played it the most, because at the arcade it was like $1 a game. Yeah. And I only was into the like 20 cents games, and like because
you gotta understand, like $1 back then was like
compare it, you can get 5 games of Street Fighter Alpha, or you can play 1 game of Killer Instinct where you're trying to learn and you'll probably lose in the second round. So just the investment, like the return on investment was like not really. You couldn't get good. I think I remember someone had it on 64. And I played it on Nintendo 64 a bit.
Right, Killer Instinct Gold.
Gold, that's right.
That was like in Nintendo 64. Yeah.
So, but Jago on that. Any King of Fighters, probably 98. I played a lot of 2002, I think, as well. I think when they had K and...
that's kind of held in high regard.
Yeah, I think that was the one where Kyo had no fireball. Is it the one? One of them? The one where...
Because it was like... It had Kyo... Original Kyo, like 95, had like... He was like Yori, where he could like
throw a fireball,
flame around on the ground. But then later on...
He had a different style again.
Like had more...
AKA Jin, like he sort of changed his style up, and I liked that new...
And then around 2000, he started wearing the like white... white coat and jeans.
Yeah.
And then he also changed his moveset slightly there as well.
So I think it was 2002 where he had that moveset, and it was probably one of my favourite movesets of him. And like,
because it had like the step-in uppercut or the like straight flash uppercut. Like,
that spinning jump uppercut where you could pop them in the air and then cancel into a super and stuff like that.
All the like kind of anti-air.
Yeah. So just and then Yori was pretty much the same, but so that was probably my favourite one. SVC Chaos, do you remember that?
Yeah.
The SNK versus Capcom one, made by SNK.
Yeah.
Capcom versus SNK 1. Yeah. I played a lot, not as much, more than 2, even though they were very similar. 2 just had more characters, really. A few more different systems. Geese Howard, that was the first time I really got into like playing Geese Howard, because on the old Fatal Furies, I don't know if you could even play him on the old ones. He was just the boss.
Yeah, he was the boss.
Yeah, so I was like, you can play Geese. And then Marvel vs. Capcom, anyone, I think probably 2 was in the arcade. But again, that was a whole different like game compared to the old ones where you could, when you had the boost jumps and like certain aerial combos. And so I didn't invest too much time into getting good into that, but I enjoyed it. And like just the Ultra Supers and obviously Marvel characters, like, because they're just, you can compare your favourite like Marvel character, X-Men Children of the Atom. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that was going to be one of my honourable mentions.
I played that a lot. Iceman.
Truly OP.
And not that I'm a huge fan, but we played a lot of Smash Bros. And Smash Bros. 64 in particular, because we had a Nintendo 64. A friend had a 64. But I never considered it like a fighting game, and I didn't know, like back then it was just more of a, like a funsy, like muck around with, because you could play 4-player.
It's like a beat 'em up platformer.
A platformer fighter. Yeah, and the 4-player aspect party game, I just thought it was much more casual. And it wasn't until recent years when you realise the levels of competition you can get, and that's the same with all the fighting games until I really started to delve into the like competitive scene and see, you don't realise the levels that you can get to, like with fighting, because when you're that young, you just have when you're young, all you have is the people around you to show you what. So I never really consider that like a real fighting game, but I'll put that in there because we had a lot of fun with that. That's probably my main list. Any other Tekkens? I'll probably have to put. No, we'll leave it at that. Yeah. What do you got? You probably got a few of those in there.
Yeah, some hidden gems that kind of stood out for me. Like, yeah, since it's honorable mentions, I'll probably just go into like a little niche, obscure route.
Yeah.
And one is Brutal Paws of Fury, like Super Nintendo.
Oh, snap!
Yeah, I don't know if much people remember that, but like there's like they're all like animaloids or whatever, like
like humanoid
animals, and like
Actually, I think I remember seeing that. I don't know if I ever played it, but I can see like a cover. Like
it's like a picture of a rabbit.
Yeah. Yes.
He was like the main guy.
Yeah.
I can't really remember the name.
It was kind of cartoonish.
And it was not that like great, but it was good for console.
Oh yeah. Wait,
console
I have to add one that we had a lot of because my friend had a Nintendo 64 Clay Fighter.
Yeah, Clay Fighter. I was playing the on Super Mega Drive, like
Clay Fighter, bro. It was just meme-ish, like it was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun, like probably not the most balanced or best technical game, but like the memes was like, back then was great.
This is like this generation of like memes, like very Clay Fighter. Also Rival Schools, that was dope. You're playing with a guy that like a baseball dude, bat. Or had a real crossover of anime in it. I was just getting into anime around those days. Like, also like, there was the one when like they transform into beasts. Yeah. You remember the one there as a 3D fighter?
It was like Rage or something, like Primal Rage or
something like that.
Yeah, nah.
You have to look into that like at some stage, but
I was gonna say Altered Beast, but that's like an older platformer game.
Yeah.
No, I know the one though. I probably played it like once or twice.
Yeah. So, but those are kind of like honorable mentions. I was like,
nice.
I thought that was dope. And for the new school, this like Naruto Ninja Storm. I played that like a few years ago, and
I haven't played that, but it looks cool.
It's cool.
Yeah. It's sort of like it was kind of like the Dragon Ball Z Budokai ones, like it was that one where it's
same
like a
system,
third person view kind of thing.
It's the same sort of thing. You like throw key blasts and build up your special thing, and quite technical when you verse someone rather than the computer. It's like,
I played a lot of Budokai, but I never played any. I don't think I played any real competition. I just played the computer like storyline. Game that
But so
right, so
honorable mentions was done.
Alright, so now number one. Now this is probably going to be no one's going to be surprised, but for me, I'm
not going to be surprised.
Now hard because Street Fighter. I've already done a Street Fighter, but Street Fighter means so much to me. I had to put I couldn't find a spot for Street Fighter 2, so this is going to be Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. That's going to be on my number one. And again, it's kind of that whole thing of just the jump between Street Fighter 2, the alphas and all of that, and then just taking it to the next level, like with just every like aspect of a fighting game, the mechanics, the graphics, the characters. It was another game that I got to experience like real proper competition. Like we were going to arcades and like playing like really getting good players, like real, and like actually finding that like the level of the like people can get so much higher than you could even imagine. Like
Yeah,
you can,
you feel comfortable. Yeah, you beat your friend.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And
you're
then-
good as. But then you go.
so we'd battle this guy that I think I beat him once out of like 100 times. Like
We all
rotated
rotated on this guy.
Yeah, I maybe like beat him one round, like 3 rounds in like 200 or something. Like it was just that much of a difference in ability, and then he had a guy who was like that to him, who he couldn't beat, like he would never beat, or like once every 100, and so you're just like,
So yeah, we'll be like, we were calling him master.
Yeah.
And then we're going, oh shit, it's
then
master's master.
he had a master,
Yeah.
he had a Shifu, like,
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it was
damn.
one of the times that opened my eyes to like the levels of you could get in a fighting game, and like the
Yeah, actually being there and getting whooped by
Yeah.
it as well.
how good you can get with parrying. The parry system, that
Yeah.
was huge in
Yeah,
Street
true.
Fighter 3.
Yeah.
Like parry system, like that opened up a whole new world, really.
Yeah.
You could parry anything as long as you could get the timing.
Well, it
The
created
risk
like
versus
the
reward
greatest
aspect.
like Evo moment. Like
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
you have to mention the Daego parry Chun-Li's whole bloody combo into like finishing combo, like
while on like fuck all
while
life.
on one hit, yeah, like 1 HP.
Yeah.
So obviously, yeah, it created that moment, just that system. Just fading fire. I think personally, I think it's the best fighting game ever made. Probably, maybe, arguably these days, but it's probably the like definitive fighting game. And yeah, it's just. It was the other game. It was one of the first games also to like differentiate Ryu and Ken more. Like
Yeah.
Ken became more of a like had a higher speed. He was more of a glass cannon than Ryu. Ryu had more turtley style and defensive, but more like he could be more punishing. Ken had so and just the subtle differences, and then Akuma again was different again. All the characters, it's just I mean everybody knows it's the game. I forgot the honorable mentions. Oh, there's too many.
Yeah.
But like you've got to put in like Guilty Gear and all of that as well, and like Last Blade 2. Oh, there's so many. It's just they don't.
Yeah. Ninja Masters.
Yeah. Anyway, on to you, bro.
So yeah, Street
What's your-
Fighter Third Strike.
Street Fighter 3 Third Strike.
The
Yeah.
third installment
I don't even think
of Street Fighter 3.
I don't even think I played like New Generation or what's the second one? Oh, I played the second one, but
Yeah, I felt like that was in the arcade or something.
Yeah.
But the actual played one, like the emulator or the one at the arcade, was like quite often Third Strike. I didn't know. I thought that was just the name of.
I
Street
thought it
Fighter
was
3.
yeah. Originally, I thought that was just Street Fighter
Yeah.
3. I didn't realize there was 3 iterations. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna have to not agree to that as as the number one. But personally, like yeah, it's a great game. Like everything you said, like in it being kind of like the pinnacle of Street Fighter. Like,
Yeah.
Kind of like
Yeah.
it figured everything out
Of the 2D era.
of the 2D era.
Yeah.
And was able to kind of pull it off like
Yeah.
stylishly. I always really liked the character select music for
It had like a hip hop
It was
soundtrack.
hip-hop,
Yeah,
yeah,
that was another
dude was
thing.
rapping.
The soundtrack and
Yeah.
sounds, even the effects and stuff
Yeah.
were just
yeah,
were
like
like
hip.
were mint. Like they were
Yeah.
just perfect for the time
Yeah.
and like
Yeah, but for me, man, like it's just gonna be the like classic. Like it just has to be like Street Fighter 2. Like it just.
I had a hard time. Like
Yeah.
I couldn't have like 3 Street Fighters in my list. So like
You can almost have 5 Street Fighters in your list.
yeah.
Like that's how.
Yeah, because it means so much to me, just Street Fighter in general.
Yeah.
Like Street Fighter 2 had so much like memories too. Like, but I just had to. I had to do.
Yeah. You had to choose
I had to
like
choose.
what
Yeah.
why, like, yeah. No, better game in terms of like Titans, like graphics and gameplay. But frick, I just love the like stupid hitboxes and all the like shenanigans that were going on like with the old stuff.
Yeah,
like not only like the memories of like that was genre defining. It was like the first game to like have well, it wasn't the first game. Like it was actually Street Fighter 1 that had like 1 player versus 2 player. There wasn't
not just playing.
There was not much versus. That was the first versus
not
game.
just playing against a CPU. Yeah.
So, but when everyone I guess kind of knows the Street Fighter legacy, like it's the shit. Like but in particular, it's just that nostalgia thing. 5 years old, go there, go to arcade with the old man.
Yeah.
Pulls up a crate, got a crate so that I can stand
up high.
And that's Simpsons was a cool game, but Street Fighter that's what the cool kids played.
Yeah. And like the clout that like you could get if you were the man.
Yeah.
Like because I think we had it at a fish and chip shop in Nongi, and where I grew up. Yeah. And like everybody knew who was the best in the neighborhood, like. Yeah. And you were like the man, and I think I was up there. Like it was a few of us in our age group, and. Kind of just. And it was always Ryu versus Keen, just Keen and Ryu, like that was it. Yeah. So back then, fireball battles, like to see who can like mistime their fireball the first, and then all the mini like game within a game.
And like sweet battles.
Sweet battles.
Yeah. And and I just remember like the hack one at the aquatic center.
It was like a modded one.
Invisible throw and like stupid like fireballs all over the screen.
Like constant fireball, no like frame in between. We had this like. Yeah, so
bro, and there's just so many memories of that bloody game.
And like it's full screen of like sonic booms.
Yeah, like, moving up and down.
And they would like follow the character.
Ridiculous.
Street Fighter 2, man.
Street Fighter 2, though, bro. And so, but then later on, like nowadays, it's my favorite game, like to play of the Street Fighter series.
Even to this day, yeah. The feel of it is still,
that clunky yet like, satisfactory, like high damage, like.
Yeah, the feel of it, like hitting a counter heavy kick and like just.
Yeah, and just dumb little stuff.
And like
tick.
Just the edge of the like kick.
Man.
Like you punched your fist or something.
So I really got back into it, and I was watching the vids on hitboxes and stuff. And I'd say that felt like to me that was like.
I'm glad you have that one because it's in there somewhere. Yeah. So this is this is definitely not objective, or there's no like form of technical analysis or anything. It's just purely an emotional, like subjective opinion and like what it means to us. But we'd love to hear anybody like feedback or whatever anyone else's like favorite fighting games is and why, and
we'll keep up the good combos.
Keep up the combos.
Stay tuned because we're gonna go over more.
We'll go through some more top fives, maybe some other games, and maybe more about fighting because fighting games is probably one of my favorite genres of games. It always has been, but gaming in general, or just anything. So
Thank you guys.
We out.
Thank you all for listening. We appreciate any and all feedback and any interaction with online platforms that this is on. Liking, subscribing, adding, subtracting, rating, hating, whatever it is. We'd love to interact and get any feedback so we can continue to improve and connect with the community.